Our pelvis is a meeting point between our lower and upper body, a bridge which simultaneously supports us and allows life to move through us. In this practice, we explore how somatic movements from the pelvic bowl can awaken our sensual power and bring us home into presence. Let's begin in a comfortable seat, taking a moment to gently move your sitting bones into the ground, mapping the shape of the pelvic bowl to find a supportive position. And when you feel ready to settle, I invite you to close down your eyes if it's comfortable, or softly drop your gaze inwards. Let your pelvis rest heavy, rooting you into the earth underneath. And as you let yourself be held for a moment, just observing how you feel right now, meeting every sensation exactly as it arises. When you feel ready, let your hands rest gently on your lower belly and start to visualize your pelvis as the central point of your body. Each time you breathe in, send the breath out from the pelvis in both directions, up into the crown of the head and down into the tips of your toes. And as you breathe out, gather your energy and draw it back into this meeting point between your upper and lower body. Each time your awareness returns, feel yourself becoming more grounded, more connected to your body, and more in tune with your needs. Your pelvis is a reservoir holding the power to create life, to express it, to move with it, and be moved by it. Feel that creative energy start to awaken from the seat of your body. As you draw energy here, you can imagine the pelvic bowl filling with liquid, starting to become freer and more fluid with each breath. Allow the bowl to get fuller and more alive. Then begin to draw your tailbone underneath you, rounding through the spine, and then rolling across the seat as you tilt the tailbone forwards and feel a lifting up through your body. Using each slow exhale to roll to the back of your pelvis, and each inhale to roll back to the front. Moving slowly as you feel into your edges. And once you've explored that movement forwards and back a few times, start to feel around the left and the right side of your pelvis, spilling that energy from side to side. And allow the movement to ripple up through your body, and perhaps starting to connect the two as you begin to make circular movements, moving your body into the space around you. Start to connect more to the element of water as you move, spilling it round your body, and perhaps also imagining that you're moving through warm liquid. Let that nourish and hold you as you move, so you can almost feel like you're swimming through space. Next time your weight is moving round towards the right side of your pelvis, slide your right arm to the ground and lean across until your left hip gets a little bit lighter. Extend your left leg out to the side, sweeping your arm across as you take a side bend. Breathing space through the side of your body. Draw a circle around your body, pressing into the ground as you send your hips to the sky and yawn back. With your exhale, lower your hips down, rest your hand towards the back of your skull, and let yourself open and lift up as you breathe in. And then ground and curl as you exhale. Give yourself time to bloom here, opening out through the body and expressing yourself fully without holding back. Notice what sensations you feel and where you feel them. And then starting to bend your left knee, sliding the foot closer to you. And as you let your hips come closer to the ground, leaning over towards the side, pressing into the inner thigh as you feel the groin, and starting to move more intuitively as your hands reach down towards the ground. What happens when your pelvis moves in different directions? As you find your way back to your seat, take hold of your left leg and let the thigh bone move around your hip sockets, almost like you're stirring a spoon through different corners of your joints, and crossing it over your right leg as you find your way into cow face. Let your weight ripple side to side once more, imagining the sitting bones growing wider underneath your body. As you allow your spine to fold and release forwards, exploring different angles for your spine to find freedom in. Perhaps you rest in stillness. Perhaps there's aliveness to this movement as you gently sway or take micro movements side to side. As your hands walk over to the right side, start to rock your weight forwards and back, letting the right hip lift and lower. This movement doesn't need to be linear, it can be fluid and sensual, moving in waves and curves. And then following that spiral of the body as you spin all the way around and land with your opposite leg on top. Taking a twist here, bringing your gaze over your left shoulder. And perhaps instead of stillness, you find an extension and a curving through your spine. Inhaling to lift and open the heart, and exhaling to find space in the back of the heart as you round. Leaning your weight back onto your left forearm and sliding your right leg out to the side. Draw a semicircle around your body, resting your right forearm down as your left arm floats overhead. Roll your shoulder back to the ground and reverse the circle, rooting down to rise up into half wild thing. Allow the hand to support the weight of your skull, and as you exhale, lower your pelvis, roll your chin to your chest. Inhaling to expand and take up space. Exhale to return, to rest down and in. Feeling sensations rippling across different parts of your body. How can you find both support and freedom as you move? As you let yourself linger in that top point, maybe open the shoulder and explore rolling the shoulder down towards the ground. As you let your pelvis get heavy, bend your right knee. Let your hips release towards the ground and lean your body over towards the right side. Notice where you feel sensation here, and move in a way that feels safe. As you return to your seat, taking hold of your right leg and stirring movement around your joint. Perhaps the shape of your pelvis feels different on this side. As you cross your leg on top of your left, root your seat by wriggling side to side. And then explore that movement, taking a wave of your body side to side. And then in dropping that movement forwards, as you connect closer to gravity, letting your body explore different angles and different versions of this shape, moving responsively and freely and meeting what your body needs right now. As your hands walk over to your left side, take a few breaths to ground, and then invite some intuitive movement, perhaps circling the pelvis or tipping forwards and back, finding a greater freedom ripple throughout your body. As you walk your hands down, spiraling your body round once more, bending the knees as you lower, and moving into a twist by taking your gaze round over your right shoulder. Bring life through your body, waving the spine up and down, awakening that liberation through the spine. Transitioning here into your downward facing dog and finding a moment to orientate yourself into this shape. Seeing what happens when you tilt the pelvis in different directions, side to side, up and down. Like a wave, rippling yourself forwards to plank, tilting the pelvis and pushing the ground away as you return back to downward dog. Feeling that continuation from the pelvis up into the head and down into the feet as you continue to ripple forwards and back. Finding the wave of your breath, and as your hips lift to the sky, walk your hands back to your feet. Take your feet wider and start to bend your knees to allow your pelvis to pour down to the ground. From your squat, press into the ground and feel the pelvis opening to the sky. Find rhythm between these two shapes. The pelvis as an anchor as you dip down into your squats, and then a simultaneous lifting as the pelvis opens towards the sky. Next time you return to your squat, explore different movements side to side. Perhaps an internal and external rotation. Perhaps a reaching out into the space around you. Allowing the pelvis to be your anchor. Releasing down into a fold once more. Softening your knees, rooting through the feet and curling up vertebrae by vertebrae into standing. Using your inhale to grow taller, to float your arms overhead. And exhale, tilting the pelvis and softening the knees as you gently float down into your fold. With your inhale, let the sitting bones get wider as you lift halfway, arms expanding like wings. And as you exhale, release, wrap your arms around your body to hug yourself. With your inhale, once more lift, expand. Exhale, fold and wrap your other arm on top. Inhale, lifting halfway, growing longer from tailbone to head. And as you exhale, plant your hands, walk them back out in front of you. Send the hips forwards and find a plank position. As you exhale, walk the hands to the feet and fold. Bend your knees each time you travel forwards and back, and start to awaken that sensual power. Feeling energy building, momentum flowing, and vital energy pouring from your pelvis out into the head and down into the legs. Next time you're forwards in plank, exploring this strong position, tilting the hips from side to side as you bring the heels down, and then bending the knees, springing your right foot forwards into lunge, opening your right arm to the sky as you bring your back knee down. Reach your arm towards the back of your room and rest into the space behind. As you exhale, send your hips back, extend your front leg and fold. Move between these two shapes with your breath, inhaling to circle the arm open and exhaling to pour forwards. Let the movement start from your hips, noticing the heaviness of the hips as they come forwards. Feel free to grab hold of the back foot next time you're in lunge. Perhaps there's micro movement side to side. What happens when you move the pelvis in different directions? Returning your hand down inside your foot and pressing back into a three-legged dog. As you bend your right knee, imagine you're pouring water through into the left side of the body. And then mindfully step your right foot back down. As you inhale, pick up your left foot and step it outside your left hand into a wide lunge. As you unfurl your top arm, drop your back knee to the ground, let the hips be heavy. Shift your hips backwards and invite the spine to curl forwards. With each inhale, sending your energy upwards and outwards. With each exhale, drawing that energy back towards the ground. Returning back into your low lunge and giving yourself a moment to rest. Returning back into your low lunge. Perhaps taking hold of your back foot and inviting the body to move exactly as it's asking to here. Sending the breath deep into the psoas muscle at the front of the body and feeling that connection down through into your diaphragm and your breathing muscles. Pressing back into three-legged dog, bending the knee and pouring the weight over to the right side of the body. Circling your left knee round until your foot meets the mat. Bend both knees, come onto the tiptoes and ripple forwards to plank. Let your sitting bones get wide, tilt the bum and travel backwards to down dog. Come back into that rhythmic movement, forwards and back, articulating through every part of your spine, the lower, the middle, the upper back, the crown of the head. And as you come forwards now, allow the weight of the hips to release downwards, settling into cobra. Breathe deep into your body and maybe explore a shifting of the hips side to side. Can you feeling that natural spiral through the body as your hips rock to one side and your gaze rolls over your shoulder back to your feet? Noticing the hips as that meeting point once more between upper and lower body. Taking a nice sigh out of the mouth as you send your hips back to your heels and come to rest in child's pose. As you land here, feel the weight of your pelvis grounding you and let yourself rest fully into the safety of your body. Take a long, slow breath into your back body and exhale the breath out your mouth to gently curl up through the spine into a kneeling position. Inhale to float your arms overhead, let your palms come to meet. And exhale, draw your hands down to rest over your heart center, allowing yourself to land fully and wholly back into presence. Bow bow your head down to your beautiful self and find a smile. Thank you.